Hi, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for again joining on my podcast, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. As you know, I wrote that book, which is a top seller in Amazon. Internationally also got a lot of acclaim, reviews and all. And this podcast is about syndication, about commercial investing. I like to bring great guests for you and dig into their story, their successes, and find out some nuggets from them so that you could really enjoy them and learn from them and then implement them. Hi there, guys. This is Vinney Chopra. Like every week, you're able to listen to the Syndication Made Easy podcast. As you know, I wrote that book 3 years back and it became top seller. I hope you're getting a free copy of that. Just go to vinneychopra.com/free book. Today, I have a great guest. I've got Chris Prefontaine. Is that right?
That's right. Close enough, my man.
In the studio, and we are going to be really having a lot of fun. And he's got such varied experience. I'd like to just mention it a little bit, if Chris, you'll allow me.
Sure.
He's a 3-time best-selling author of The Real Estate on Your Own Terms and The New Rules of Real Estate Investing, and Moneeka Sawyer's Real Estate Investing for Women. I like that. So it's going to be, we'll discuss all the three. He's also the founder and CEO of the smartrealestatecoach.com, a great website. I went on it last night, just to see, Chris, you've done a fabulous job, brother. And also over 30 years experience. And he's, done all the construction of new homes to single family homes. He's got great coaching program. And since 2008, he also diversified and re-engineered. So we're going to dig into all those things.
Love it.
Chris, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here chatting. And hopefully as they listen, they get some nuggets.
Yes, exactly. Tell us a little bit more. How did you get into real estate? A little bit in the starting, how did you got in? And your kind of course has changed now, as you mentioned, after the fall. I know we're very economically, very difficult time right now too, 2022. So love to get your perspective on all these things.
Yeah. So sort of two starts, if you will. One in 1991, where I grew up in a family business that was not real estate, but my dad owned a welding supply company.
Nice.
And he would build his own buildings, brick and mortar, and he would lease them back to himself. His company would. So I didn't understand how that worked when I was young. Now I get it. So that got kind of a glimpse into real estate. And of course, who he rubbed elbows with, they would be doing side deals in addition to their own businesses. So I learned that. I had the itch early on. So then we went on and did hundreds of homes we built. Then I did brokerage, sold that to Coldwell Banker. And then that led me to about 2000, where I started coaching people. And that led to the crash of 08. And so when I said two starts, the second start was post 08, because that was ugly time. It took 4 full years, February of 08 to February of 12, to financially dig out. I didn't file bankruptcy. The company didn't file bankruptcy. It was just an ugly time. So we kind of set up how we do business now. So in hindsight, I'm very thankful. We buy everything without banks now, so I don't have to worry about them knocking on my door anymore. And so we don't sign personally. We buy everything on terms. Thus the book name. And that's owner financing, subject to existing financing and lease purchase. That's it. Unless you have a personal residence, I don't advocate signing on banks ever anyway. So that's how we buy.
I love that. That's amazing. Oh, wow. We can dig into that because in these trying times right now, even the interest rates are going higher, as you know, as we speak. And also lots and lots of banks, local banks and others have restricted financing. Big. So owner financing. Let's dig into that. I mean, that's a great way. What percentages are the owners okay with at this time? And also the terms, if you'd like to kind of share that with the audience.
So this will be probably a little bit of a brain twist for some people that are used to paying interest. So on most of our single families anyway, and we do this, I mean, you can, as you know, Vinney, you can do this on any property, planes, boats, cars, but anything. But we focus on free and clear property with no mortgages. It's about a third of the properties in the United States. Every market's different, right? But when we do that, we usually pay no interest, principal only payments. So it's a very strong recession resistant model. Now, I'm sitting in my building right now as I speak with you. I bought this because it was free and clear. The gentleman's the largest landowner in the area. He's not new to real estate. And he said, not only does he prefer, he requires that he sells it on owner financing. He don't want to get cashed out for estate planning reasons, for tax reasons, you know? So I said to him, we do principal only. And he kind of chuckled and said, I would only do interest. I said, okay, so let's do a hybrid. I'll do principal only for about 18 months. And then we'll convert that to your interest rate. That allowed me to really push down principal heavy at the beginning.
Yeah.
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
So that's what we prefer on all our deals, but we do buy the different ways too. But that one's a nice one. That's my favorite deal, the owner financing.
I love it. And what you just said is so right, because lots of owners, they bought them 10 years back, 15 years back. They have no loan. And if they sell it, they have to pay equity gain tax, right? They have all these wholesale prices, actually equity gain. If they've taken depreciation, that's even more. They have to recapture it. So if it's a $20 million deal, I mean, they have taken depreciation of 5 or 6 or 10 million. Now their base is way lower, and they have now paid taxes on 30 million. In that big case, could be even 2 million, or 3 million. I mean, we could look at smaller number. So how do you structure it? Could you kind of throw some light? You do it over 5 years or 10 years or 15 years? How do you?
The residential, we usually give them, because then I'll talk about my building's 20 years, but on a residential property, it'll be minimum 4 years. We got to get 4 years. And I'll give you a metric in a minute. But with the market the way it is, we're yelling to our students, because we do this, Vinney, ourselves, my son and I and my son-in-law, but then we go teach it to students all over the country. So
love it.
And when I say teach, we don't just teach, we actually do the deals with them in the trenches. And you and I can talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
But 4 years would be the minimum. And usually the residentials are going between 4 and 10. There's some owners like you and I just spoke about that will say, no, I want, for personal reasons, I want it to go 15 or 20. But here's a metric for you, because I think real math matters for people to hear this. So we trademarked in the United States 3 paydays. So you don't get paid once on a deal. You get paid now, you get paid over time, and you get paid long-term wealth creation. That's a pretty cool model. But if you take an owner financing deal, here's some guidelines. And the purchase price is at least 200,000, which is most markets you can find a house for 200,000 or higher, right? Okay. So if it's at least 200 grand, if it's at least 48 months, and you structure at least, a principal monthly payment of at least $900, you have a 6-figure deal, all 3 paydays. 6 figures on a house that can cost you 200, 250. You can pull six figures out of that. So it's a really cool model, the 3 payday system. And that's what we do on all our deals.
Beautiful, beautiful. I see. So it's like you said, principal pay down, and after that you start with 5% maybe.